recycling and time. Sustainable Orcas Island will be there with a chart that will blow your mind. And they can tell you their next meeting time. Last Wednesday each month, 5:30's the time. In the library community.
I'm here with Phil Heikkinen, who is the librarian at the Orcas Public Library and also the person who runs Sustainable Orcas Island. So Phil, explain this to me. What is Sustainable Orcas Island? How did this happen?
Well, Sustainable Orcas Island has been around in some form or another for a couple, 3 years now. A group of people talking about these issues, which are sustainability, and realizing partly, and if, I don't know if the camera can see this very well, or if it's not too much of a glare, but this oil age poster, the basic crux of the problem we're seeing is that the inexpensive, what's called cheap oil, is plateauing, and then it's getting harder and harder to find oil on the planet. And there's all kinds of other graphs on here, and in fact, this poster will be at the library for anybody that wants to see it. And we're having to do things like cook rocks and squeeze tar out of sand to try to keep that level of energy production. So some of us thought, hey, this is a problem. So we need to think about what are we going to do as a culture, as a species, to deal with this. And then of course, since then, the last 2 years, all kinds of other things have come up, like climate change issues, the monetary system under various sorts of stress or collapse, all kinds of other threats to our usual way of life. So this thing that you organized today is a great way for people to come out and talk about these things. You know, and we have a nice big email list now, and we have 10 to 20 people that show up at our meetings on a monthly basis. This is a way to reach out to people that haven't really been tuned into that. So we have a cute little handout here, which I know you have a copy.
I do.
That are called Our Energy Future, which is a little plug for the Whole Islands catalog, which is a whole other story, which is a directory and a networking site for people to share ideas and opinions and communicate about things like that, about sustainability. And then there's also this little graph here shows David Holmgren's take on possible scenarios for an energy future, a lower energy future. David Holmgren's a permaculturist who is one of the people that first helped write kind of the ideas of permaculture, which of course have been around for thousands of years, but he and Bill Mollison helped write a lot of the ideas about in a book form. So, and of course on Orcas Island we're lucky to have the Permaculture Institute, the Bullocks run that. So there's a lot of resources on Orcas Island which were this kind of farmers market scenario and the sustainability fair pull it all together.
Great.
George.
I haven't even got a chance to say hi today.
Have you been interviewed yet?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And
people like George Post.
Being an interview right now.
Oh.
Here's a perfect example of a person who's involved with sustainability on Orcas Island.
Well, I try to be. I try to be, for my own sake at least.
Yeah, it's for your own sanity.
Yeah. So I wanted to come over and thank
That's a good opportunity. You're very welcome.
On camera,
bringing us all together. I think that's really good.
Thank you so much.
And gets the energy out there.
Yeah, well, you know, I really appreciate having George and having places like the Exchange that are really traditions here on Orcas that, you know, have really were the trailblazers, you know. The Exchange has just created such a great sustainable example for our community, and then having Phil come and starting Sustainable Orcas Island, it gives the people in the community a way to know each other and share ideas and brainstorm. So it's I thank both of you so much for everything that you're contributing to our community.
And it can even be fun.
Yes.
And it can be fun. It is fun.
Well, we have things that already were happening here for 20, 30 years. And then to be able to tap into those things when the pressure's really on, when you see, you know, the American way of life, as you know, the vice president or the president said, you just realize that things have to change. And so it's great to have examples that are out there now that we can draw on. The, you know, permaculture, the Exchange, and there's all kinds of ideas today that people talk to me about. Like they want to have this be a model island for electric cars or some other low energy transportation solution.
Right.
And you know, things that we can do that we can almost say it's almost like the law on Orcas or something, but it's the way that's normally that we do things here that can be a model for people, a demonstration. Yeah.
Exactly.
Projects like that.
Well, this is the movie I've been wanting to make.
Yay!
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, and I think we are. And the seed bank is another thing that's
I
happening.
know.
That's right.
Even if it's just in our
Transportation.
own environment, our own world, if that's all the further it went, it would still be our life.
Well, the thing is, too,
You know what I mean?
the way things are happening here, it's all local now. So that's the thing that's happening. All the changes, we know that the national government is not even structured right now to make meaningful changes in a timely manner. So that's why we can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they can't, yeah.
Well, we're going to do it anyway,
Yeah.
whether they're involved or not.
Community
Get
by
one of our
community.
handouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Well,
Okay.
good. Thanks again, Sharon.
Thanks, George. Thanks,
Yeah.
Sharon.
Thank you.
And thanks, Mike.
Mike,
Bye.
do you have anything specific you want me to ask Phil before we wrap up?
I think that. Oh yeah, when does Sustainable Orcas Island?
Oh
meet?
yes.
Sustainable Orcas Island meets the last Wednesday. Currently, that's our, as of what is this, May 2nd. It's the last Wednesday of every month at the library at 5:30, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And that's our current regular time. I wanted to have a current regular time so people know what to expect, when it's going to be. And there's an email list too, and I encourage everybody to get on that email list. And I know you're on it. And so that way we can keep people on track with what's going on, even if they can't attend the meetings. And of course, the Hoyle Islands Catalog is another venue, which we're going to have people be able to get on and participate online if they can't get to the meetings. If they're too busy growing food, for example.
Right, and like here in the farmers market.
Yeah.
But that website is wholeislandscatalog.net.
Very good,
Yep.
yes. All one word, wholeislandscatalog.net. And another way to find us through the library, the orcasislandlibrary.org. orcaslibrary.org is our website for the library. But the wholeislandscatalog.net is going to be, it's for the entire San Juans. Currently, right now, I'd say 80% of the participation is Orcas Island. It's started here and we know about it. However, I've been encouraging the librarians over there to really spread the word over there. And things like the Agricultural Resources Committee, Economic Development Council are really promoting it.
Great.
So the whole San Juan Islands really is kind of our little mini ecosystem.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is.
Well, thanks.
Thank you very much.